What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This video is all about FPV again. Not another FPV video. Mate, I subscribed because of Van. Bruh, what are you doing? Welcome back to another video of Adventure Films. My name is Torben and today is Sunday, which means I have been flying with my FPV drone again. It is the 1st of March 2020. And yes, my FPV drone looks like this. For all the people that don't know, because they might have been subscribing because of my van stuff, which recently one of my videos is kind of getting more views and stuff, so it is why some of you might have subscribed, which is awesome, so thank you. Stick around because there will be some van content coming up at some stage, I don't know when, but for now, today I want to talk about this fella here. It is an FPV drone for all the people that don't know, and FPV means first person view, and that means whatever the drone sees through here gets transmitted to my goggles that I have on and receive the signal, and I can see what the drone sees pretty much instantly with like a tiny bit of delay. The GoPro here is just to catch the really good footage because this one is only like, you know, 720p or something, and this drone can do things a normal DJI consumer drone cannot, which is why it's so tough to fly and which is why I'm going out every Sunday to fly this drone. So that's for a recap why I'm doing it, and because you can get sick footage and I want to get better at it. And yeah, I've been flying in the mountains, that was crazy, and now I want to, you know, get more practice so I can do even crazier maneuvers. That's for the drone part. And for the flying part today, I have been going out. It was about a couple of hours ago. There was clouds everywhere and there was sun a little bit coming out every now and then, and I thought, yeah, I'm just gonna go for it. And as soon as I went out, it started to rain a little bit for the first time of the day, and I thought, well, shit, what am I gonna do now? And I thought, I've got it all packed up in my backpack. I'm just gonna get my push bike and take off, see if it is gonna get any worse or not. And about 1 kilometer later, it was pouring down and I was soaking wet within like 2 minutes. And that was not great because it's cold here in Hamburg at this time of the year. It is not really warm. So I didn't want to catch a cold, which is why I thought about going back, or if I should fly somewhere around in the city, because normally I go out to paddocks just outside of Hamburg where I could fly. But today I was a bit crazy because I thought, you know, there's parking spots all around and it's Sunday, so no one's gonna really use them. But all those spots are privately owned, which is why you don't normally are allowed to fly on these spots, especially not in the city. And yeah, so it was kinda, you know, on the border to illegal, you could say. But I was wet and I was cold and wanted to fly at least one battery, so I thought, fuck it, I'm just gonna go for it. And I did go for it. I went on this parking spot and I packed out all my stuff. My fingers were already cold. I took off with the drone. I flew one battery. Yeah, I was actually trying to stand for the first time, stand up straight and not sit so much, because I wanted to learn that too. Because when you stand up, you have to think about, you only see what the drone sees, and it just messes with your mind and your orientation, because when you sit, it's pretty easy, you can't really move much. When you stand, you get into this kind of like movement. So I wanted to test that out too, and I did, and it worked pretty good. Not very good at the start, which is why I had to land so quick. But then this car came past and I thought, yeah, I might as well just wait. And this dude was actually the owner of this parking lot, and he was like, you've got these goggles on. I've been seeing this on the internet, and he was pretty cool. And he said, I own this stuff, so can you just fly for me one time? I want to see it. And I was like, yeah, why not? Sure. And I flew for like a couple of minutes, and when I was chatting to him while I was flying, which was crazy, and I was even standing, which was also even mind-blowing, you know, for me at least. Because it's not easy. It's like multitasking, and I really have to focus on different things. I can't do it that well normally, but this was under pressure because he wanted to see just the drone, and I just flew around a couple of times and landed. And he said I can just fly there anytime. It was cool for him, and I only have to obey the other laws because, you know, like, you can't really get too high, you can't really go too far out of your property. But this means I can kind of like bash around there, because if I stay low to the ground and just, you know, like I have been flying there low to the ground, just around these lamps and stuff, and it was cool. And I actually flew 4 batteries, which is great. It worked out awesome. Otherwise it would have been probably out for even longer if I would have gone to this paddock. It always takes me like half an hour, and there I can get there in like 10 minutes, which is great. So I've got my kind of private flying spot because I've got his permission, and he's the owner of this parking lot, and I can just bash around there, which is cool. And it wasn't even that loud because the city is loud too. It was still loud, you could still hear it pretty well, but it was kind of blending in with all the other car sounds and whatnot. And there's not many living areas around, like houses that can directly, you know, within like 30 meters. I think you can only fly outside 30 meters of like other buildings. The laws are pretty tough here in Germany for flying, but I'm glad I found this kind of close spot where I can, you know, low to the ground style flying. And I've got these lampposts, which are awesome to like do maneuvers and practice all that kind of stuff. So that was it for the video. I hope you liked this short little FPV story from today, and I hope to see you in the next video. Let me know what you think, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!